Okay, so today I'm going to go over a quick sketch. This is the first video in the quick sketch drawing series. So quick sketch is the best way to build up your drawing skills. Okay, so it's kind of like your practice, the way you build yourself up. It's good if you're going to have to do a really important drawing or a painting. It's a good way to warm up, maybe do a little research, maybe experiment with some different styles, or maybe explore some different angles. Play around with all the different possibilities before you really commit to an extended period of time of one drawing. Right, so quick sketch, we're going to do like maybe 10 rapid fire quick sketches, see which one comes out the best, and then commit to that one for the bigger, more important drawing or painting. Today, for this particular video, we're just going to go over some very fundamentals of drawing. Okay, so this is a process that I learned back when I went to school at the Art Institute of California in Los Angeles. And it's basically a slight modification of the drawing methods that I learned from a European master painter named Marjane Hormozi. Yeah, she was kind of like the woman in The Incredibles, right? The fashion designer. So she was this master painter, and she taught us, like, these are the 3 basic steps to drawing anything. Okay, so for our first example, we'll go ahead and draw a Pixar character from the most recent Pixar film. So this would be Merida. Let's see here. Yeah, here we go. Actually, let me use this one. Okay, so this is Merida. And we're basically going to do a quick sketch. Okay, so the first step to doing quick sketch is we need to, I'm sorry, let me get on the right layer. The first thing we need to do is we need our gesture lines. This is number 1, gesture. Right, and these are very expressive strokes, but light strokes. So expressive is we're going to use very few of them. So very few expressive strokes to express the essence or the emotion or the suspense of the character. Okay, so these are expressive lines, gesture lines. Okay, so it's kind of like a stick figure, but a very curvy stick figure if you're drawing people. Okay, let me switch my brush. So I'm going to use a pencil. Now what we're going to do is we're going to draw basically 1 or 2 expressive lines to express Merida. Okay, so I'm going to draw this 1 line for her entire body. Okay, so this is going to be right here, and then I'm going to do 1 for her shoulders, and then 1 for her eye line. So this is kind of like her face, and then this is her arm, which is coming across the front of her body, and then of course there's her legs. So one line for each leg, 1 or 2 for that really important arm, and then I'm just going to do a couple small strokes for her other arm. Okay, so it might be hard to tell. Basically, only the person who draws the strokes really knows what those strokes mean. It's okay. The drawing doesn't need to make sense at this point. It just needs to have some expression. It needs to have some organic feeling to it. Okay. Now, for you guys to help you guys better understand what's going on here, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to redraw over the original reference art so that you get an idea of why I chose certain lines. Okay, so we're trying to express Merida here with just a very few lines, right? So I'm going to start with that action line, the gesture that goes from the top of her head all the way down to the bottom of the subject, right? And then I'm trying to get a sense of the action and the suspense, so I'm going to draw this crazy line right here. And then, of course, because it's such a big shape, I'm going to actually have 2 lines for the arm, and it's coming across the front, right? And then I haven't drawn it yet, but later on I'm going to redo this whole process for just her hand, because that hand is very expressive. It's an important part of the drawing. But for now, we're going to work big to small, which I'll explain in a minute. But I basically did 1 line for that leg, 1 line for this leg, and then, of course, I wanted to keep an eye on her shoulders, and then I had 1 line for the other arm, and then I was trying to get a sense of her head, and this is what I meant by her eye line. Okay, so do you guys see how that translates to this drawing down here? So now let's move on to step 2. Okay,